What does championship ambition actually look like when the moment arrives? Can you feel it, Atlanta? That electric current surging through the city, that unmistakable buzz of a team that's not just competing, but arriving? After dismantling the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football in a performance that sent shockwaves across the league, the Atlanta Falcons have officially announced themselves. But here's the thing about arrival. It's not the destination. It's the launching pad. The question now isn't whether the Dirty Birds should make a move. It's what kind of audacious, calculated gamble will transform them from dangerous contenders into legitimate Super Bowl threats. This isn't about minor adjustments or cautious roster tweaks. This is about seizing destiny with both hands and refusing to let go. Every year, the NFL trade deadline descends like a gathering storm, bringing with it a flurry of speculation, whispered conversations, and Adam Schefter's meticulously compiled list drawn from insights of coaches, general managers, and scouts across the league. That list serves as a vital barometer of team intentions, a candid snapshot of who's buying, who's selling, and who's simply holding their breath. And for the Atlanta Falcons, fresh off a statement victory that reverberated through every front office in the NFL, the message should resonate with crystal clarity. They are buyers, not sellers. The era of cautious optimism has closed. The time for aggressive ambition is now. But what does being a buyer truly mean for a team with legitimate playoff aspirations? It means identifying those elusive missing pieces, the critical upgrades that transform a strong roster into an unstoppable force. And sometimes, the first hint of such a move doesn't arrive with a blockbuster announcement, but rather from a subtle shift on the sidelines. A silent signal understood only by those with veteran intuition. We witnessed precisely such a signal Monday night, a move that, to the seasoned eye, spoke volumes about the Falcons' potential intentions. 20 minutes before kickoff, the designation dropped. Ray McCloud was inactive. A healthy scratch. No injury report. No lingering ailment. Just a decisive choice to keep him off the field. At first glance, it seemed perplexing, with Darnell Mooney sidelined and Drake London standing as the lone certified wide receiver, supported by a patchwork of pass catchers like Kyle Pitts and Casey Washington. Why would a team sideline a healthy body? This is precisely where veteran intuition kicks in. Years of watching this game, from childhood fascination to professional analysis, teaches you to read the subtle signals. A healthy scratch for a player when the team is already grappling with injuries often signals one thing: a trade is brewing. It's strategic preservation, a calculated move to keep a player pristine, untouched by the brutal rigors of game day, ready to be packaged and sent to a new home. If the Falcons are indeed gearing up for a trade, protecting McCloud makes perfect strategic sense. So, if a wide receiver trade is on the horizon, who are the potential targets that could ignite this offense? Schefter's list offers several names, but a quick analysis immediately reveals the non-starters. 3 of the listed receivers hail from the New Orleans Saints. Let's be brutally honest. The chances of Mickey Loomis picking up the phone to discuss a trade with Terry Fontenot are about as likely as a blizzard descending on Atlanta in July. Divisional rivalry makes that a complete non-starter. That leaves us with 3 truly intriguing possibilities: Tyler Lockett, Allen Lazard, and Jakobi Meyers. Let's cut through the noise. Allen Lazard? He's older, and frankly, his performance has been underwhelming. Tyler Lockett? Similar story. Age and declining production make him less than ideal for a team making a serious championship run. Which brings us to the most compelling option on the board, Jakobi Meyers. Meyers, at 29 going on 30, isn't exactly a spring chicken, but he's far from old in the grand scheme of NFL receivers. More importantly, he's a player who absolutely does not blow. He's currently the clear #1 option for the Las Vegas Raiders, an organization that, in my humble opinion, is a dumpster fire looking to sell off assets and rebuild. While I wouldn't label Meyers a true WR1 in the mold of Devontae Adams or Justin Jefferson, he's an exceptionally good #2. His season stats speak volumes about consistent production. 29 receptions through roughly 6 games, averaging over 4 catches per contest for 329 yards. He's a reliable, chain-moving receiver who consistently delivers. Now imagine the possibilities. With Darnell Mooney's injury concerns, bringing in Meyers would create an absolutely insane trio. Picture it: Drake London, Jakobi Meyers, and a healthy Darnell Mooney. Name a better receiving core in the league right now. I'll wait. The synergy, the complementary skill sets, the sheer versatility, it would be an absolute nightmare for opposing defenses, forcing them to pick their poison on every single snap. Let's examine the true pros and cons of acquiring Jakobi Meyers. On the positive side, he's a true number 2 receiver with sure hands. I spoke with Mitchell Renz, our Raiders correspondent, who emphatically stated that Meyers never drops the ball. If it hits his hands, he's catching it. 0 drops in 2024, a testament to his unwavering reliability. He's an NFL veteran with a wealth of experience, capable of seamlessly integrating into any offensive system and delivering immediate production. However, there are legitimate concerns. At 29, his prime years are ticking away, meaning Atlanta would likely only get a few more seasons of top-tier production before potential decline begins. Then there's the contract. Rumors have floated numbers around $23 million per year, which is far too rich for a player of his caliber. His sweet spot is closer to $16 to $18 million annually. This leads us to the biggest hurdle: cap space. According to Over the Cap, the Falcons are projected to have a mere $5 million in available cap space in 2026. A long-term deal for Meyers seems almost entirely out of reach unless significant roster changes are made. Would Meyers be a rental? A one-year, prove-it deal for $18 million with the understanding that other players might need to be let go in free agency? It's a high-stakes gamble, but one that could pay massive dividends if it solidifies a deep playoff run. So, what would a realistic trade package look like? I discussed this extensively with Mitchell Renz, who initially suggested a 3rd-round pick. My response was immediate: too expensive. But what about a 4th-round pick and Ray McCloud? Here's the proposal. The Falcons send a 4th-round pick and McCloud to the Raiders in exchange for Jakobi Meyers and a 2026 7th-round pick. Atlanta upgrades significantly at receiver and even recoups a late-round pick, maintaining future draft capital. Why would the Raiders agree? It gets Meyers' substantial contract off their books, providing much-needed cap relief. They acquire a valuable 4th-round pick, crucial for a team in rebuild mode. And they get McCloud, who primarily plays out of the slot, the exact role currently occupied by Meyers. It's a win-win scenario. The Falcons get the receiver they desperately need. The Raiders get draft compensation and a serviceable replacement. Both teams address key needs. Now, let's briefly address another persistent rumor that's frankly become tiresome: Kirk Cousins. Schefter's list included him as the lone quarterback trade target. But let's be clear, quarterback is the highest commodity in the NFL, and many other QBs could theoretically be moved. However, does a Kirk Cousins trade truly fit the framework of this deadline? Winning teams bolster their rosters for playoff runs while losing teams stockpile draft picks. Where does Cousins fit? Yes, there are quarterback-needy teams. The Vikings dealing with injuries, the Jets struggling with Aaron Rodgers, the Raiders with their issues, the Cardinals potentially moving on from Kyler Murray, the Steelers planning for post-Rodgers life. But are any of these practical trades for 2025? Not a single one makes sense right now. The Vikings will get J.J. McCarthy back. The Jets have Rodgers under contract. The Raiders are stuck with their situation. The Cardinals have Murray's massive deal. The Steelers will ride with Rodgers this season. At this point, I'm completely fine with Kirk Cousins as our backup. He carries a $27.5 million contract, and there isn't a GM in the world willing to take on that full cap hit right now. I'm exhausted by the constant Kirk Cousins trade rumors. Until genuine, concrete news emerges suggesting this is actually in the works, I have no desire to discuss it further. Kirk is our backup, and that's the end of it. The Atlanta Falcons stand at a crossroads. They've proven they can compete with the league's elite. They've shown they have the talent, the coaching, and the momentum. What they need now is the courage to make the bold move that transforms potential into reality. Jakobi Meyers represents that opportunity, a proven, reliable receiver who could be the final piece that elevates this offense from dangerous to unstoppable. The cost is reasonable. The fit is perfect. The timing is now. Championship windows don't stay open forever. The question is whether Atlanta has the audacity to climb through while it's wide open. All right, Dirty Birds faithful, I need your take on this. Would you pull the trigger on a fourth-round pick and Ray McCloud for Jakobi Meyers? And honestly, are you as tired of the Kirk Cousins trade rumors as I am? Type T for tired or E if you're still engaged with that storyline. And if this breakdown gave you a fresh perspective on what Atlanta needs to do at the deadline, show some love with a like and subscribe to join our rapidly growing community. We've added over 900 new members in the last 24 hours alone, and we're pushing toward 43,000 strong. Your engagement fuels this channel, and we absolutely love hearing your passionate takes. Stay cool, Atlanta. Championship season is upon us. Does this capture the excitement and urgency of Atlanta's championship window?